You are listening to Guillotines and Guitar, your southern infusion of everything rock and horror, served over lavish libations. Here are your hosts, Carol Gainey, Scott Barfield, and Chris Hicks. Enjoy.
Today's sponsors for the show are Gainey's Clearing and Construction. For grading, land and lot clearing, site work, and driveways. Crush and run, sand, clay, or topsoil. Give Daryl a call at 843-861-4943. Shane's Tire and Towing Service. #1 in the tire business. With state-of-the-art equipment and alignment machine, it's hard to beat Shane's Tire and Towing. Worth the call. Every time. So call Shane today for all your new and used tire needs. Mention the show and get 10% off at Shane's Tire and Towing Service. Call Shane at 843-639-2843. Brock's Grading and Land Clearing LLC General Contractor. Brock's does commercial and residential. Brock's does work all over South Carolina. If you need any site work, grading, clearing, commercial or residential, give Brock's a call at 843-307-1007. Special thanks to all our sponsors.
And we're back. Guys, fifth cut. Cut 5 coming to you live right now.
Cut 5.
Cut 5.
Cut 5, and we're still alive and
We
still
are
going
still
strong.
Alive. We're going strong.
That's
I'm
right.
excited about this one. We got some merchandise
I
in.
know.
Woo!
Don't we know?
Hey, I want y'all to hear this.
Chris,
Y'all hear that?
tell them about the coin. What is it made out of? I'm going to show the camera.
Yeah, show the camera.
Why you talk about it?
I done forgot what you
Black
told me.
nickel.
Black nickel. Yeah. Black nickel. Look at that. It is so cool. It's heavy as crap, too. Look at there. That's some high-quality H2O right there. But, yeah, we got some coins in for you guys. We're going to probably sell them around $15 a piece. We got some hats.
They're expensive to make, so, yeah.
Just the mold itself costs, look at there, costs what, $200?
It was expensive.
Yeah, it was expensive.
Yeah, and we got some hats too. We got to show them the hats, Scott. Get back up there and show the camera. Get back up and show the camera the
smile and
hats.
show them your ball cap, Scott. Look at her.
And
Show them
then,
them fuzzy little earmuffs you got on.
so we got some coins and caps. Caps run for $20. Coins.
We need a model to be.
we got
Showing
one,
this
you,
stuff
Scott.
off, not me.
We got you are a model.
I think people would rather see somebody else.
We've modeled the whole show after you, Scott.
But yeah, cut 5. We still alive. We going strong. We ain't planning on stopping. We're gonna go all the way to cut 500. Have a big old anniversary.
We're gonna-
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we're going to go to cut 5,000 and still be rocking.
All right, so gotta hear a word from our sponsors, and our tonight's topics are. Did I do that wrong again?
No, no, it's perfectly
Did I do
fine.
that wrong?
No, it's perfectly fine.
All right, our tonight's topic: guillotines. What horror movie scared, shocked, or made you cringe the most? And that could be a scene or a movie.
Well, we're looking for a scene.
Yeah.
One scene that.
Well, horror movie. Looking for the scene.
Yeah, that's right. And our guitar topic is going to be.
What rock musicians had successful businesses or careers other than music?
Other than music.
So, let me translate for Chris. What rock star basically had a successful career in something other than music?
Didn't that what the hell I said?
I don't know what you said.
That's what
You
I
was
read.
working on it.
I read
was
it directly off
was a good
Facebook
attempt.
page. Damn it!
Okay.
It
all
must
right.
be written wrong on here.
Anyway, Chris, what we got to do our christening of each show
Yep. So we got here tonight.
with a shot. So what are we doing?
We're going Deserono.
Disaronno.
Deserono.
Disaronno.
Do a desperado again.
Desperado.
Here's a good show, boys. Yikes. All right.
That goes out smooth.
Man.
It is smooth.
And that
with
was
us.
that was Carol, wasn't that
That was
what you were talking about? I don't want to do this ironical, just too expensive.
Yeah.
He was trembling when I was opening that bottle.
It was.
He was.
We gotta keep that for looks.
Yeah, that's what I tried to tell him, and he don't listen. He done cracked that baby right open.
All right. So,
Okay,
all right,
anyway.
fancy new
Yep.
coins. I'm a
Chris is gonna flip
Hey,
the coin.
Put the
Are you
spin
gonna
on that
flip it
thing.
or spin?
it?
I'm a
Spin it,
spin
Chris.
I'm a spin the coin.
Okay, see where we start.
So guitars.
Guitars or guillotines?
So the guitars heads, guillotines is tails.
No,
Well, why am I doing that?
Guitars is guitars, and guillotines is guillotines.
Why?
Wherever the coin lands, that's what we're
That's
doing.
what we
Y'all
starting
gonna
on.
stop
Hey, we
messing
made
with
it
mine.
easy for
I'll tell
you.
you now.
Scott made it easy for you.
Yeah, I made it easy.
So,
It's got a guitar on one side and a guillotine on another.
all right, guitars.
Guitars.
first. God almighty. Y'all starting off early. It's too damn early in this show to be ganging up on me.
We not ganging up on you. We was, we
you
was
know
just,
I'm like a cat.
we was
back in
just
the corner.
We was breaking it down
Scratch
and
your eyeballs out.
explaining what.
Kittens got claws.
Y'all are too damn much tonight. I know we should have started this damn show at 6. Y'all
I know.
got a good buzz now. It's going to be a hard show to get through with you boys tonight.
We'll make it. We'll make it.
We'll make it
God
work.
almighty.
All right,
Okay,
so-
so here we go. So,
I got my coin on guitars also.
yep. So, who's going first? Who's going? Who's got
Who
it?
wants to go first?
I want to go first.
Well, then why are you asking us who's going first? Why didn't you say I want to go
Because
first?
I wanted you to say, I'll go first, and then I'll say no.
No, we're gonna let him go first, so he don't say that we take his answers. And he might take one of ours.
All right, mine is Sammy Hagar.
Sammy Hagar.
Sammy Hagar. He made the Cabo Wabo tequila.
Cabo Wabo. Yep.
Cabo,
Tequila.
which I heard from you. I'm gonna do some fact checks because I don't trust y'all fellas. He just recently sold it.
Yeah, well, we were talking about that before the show, and actually, I don't know.
No, we
exactly
didn't. We
what.
didn't say anything about it. I don't.
Well,
I
I don't
got
know
all
what
this from my head. You
No,
didn't
you
say
didn't.
shit about this before the show. Why are you trying to bring me out, Scott?
I'm not. You thought you
Yeah.
were gonna fact check us? I was like, I wasn't sure about the number. So I mean, if that's what you fact checking,
Yeah, I'm
I will.
fact-checking.
I will say right now, yeah, I don't know exactly what the number was that he sold it for, but
Well, what you think it was?
I think it was something like 150 million. I think what he sold it for, but I'm not sure.
Well, it says here the company Gruppo Campari agreed to pay him $100 million.
100 million. Okay.
$100 million.
That's
That's
still
about the company Gruppo Campari.
that's still not a bad payday.
It's not. But, who wouldn't, how long has he had this business?
I'm not
He's had
sure.
it for,
I think he
I'd say
started
20
Cabo
years.
Wabo, yeah,
Or
in the
longer.
2000s or
Yeah.
early 2000s, maybe.
I mean, just imagine how much money he made.
Oh yeah,
off
when
of
he
it.
had it.
Oh,
Well,
my God.
and then sell it
Yeah.
and get $100 million. That'd be a nice paycheck, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So,
Somebody
Yeah.
giving you $100 million just like that.
A million would be a nice
if
paycheck.
somebody
for me.
buy
Yeah.
guillotines, guitars.
$10, I'd be happy.
Hey, I'm out of here.
We
I'll
wouldn't
start
sell
another podcast.
it. Yeah.
So, I'm looking up some stuff here. Let's see here.
Okay, yeah, but Sammy Hagar, he's a good one because, of course, he had his solo career. What he started out, I still
'Cause
remember. I can't drive
Drive
55.
55.
I remember the video.
Had that
where he
black
was
car in it. What was that, a Ferrari or what was
It was
it?
a Lamborghini.
Lamborghini.
Or a Ferrari.
I don't know, but it was nice.
I remember him driving around the racetrack, and the crew comes up to him when he parks up, all right, Sam, you gotta give it. Oh no, man, I don't want to give it up. I'm gonna keep going. He takes it off the track and drives on the highway. That's when the song starts.
Oh, yeah.
But that was that song come out when I Can't Drive 55 come out. I
A
think
long
in
time
80.
ago, 80-something. 84.
85.
I don't know, but
I don't remember.
it
but-
was early 80s.
Yeah, and I still remember that video and loving the song and the video, and then of course when Van Halen broke up with David Lee Roth, he became the
Sammy
singer.
took the spot.
His Cabo Wabo was only $38.
Was only $38. How much did he get off of it? That's what we wonder. How much did he sell it for?
Have you ever tasted his tequila?
So
I have
you
not.
talking about? You mean you could go to the store and buy a Cabo Wabo for $38?
What it says right here.
I mean, that's kind of a.
Cabo Wabo tequila.
yeah.
I'm not
tequila
saying it's a
Blanco.
heavy price, but it's a.
I figured it'd be
you know.
up there. I've never
Well,
tried
that's kind of a medium.
I've never
standard, I
tried it
think.
either.
I think.
And
Scott
actually,
should buy some for us.
I know I do need to buy some and try it,
For us,
just because.
buy some for us. For us.
Oh,
for
for
us.
you.
For the,
Oh, so-
for the show.
I can buy
For-
some
for
for my
us.
personal.
Oh my God.
No, I can buy some for the show. We could try it.
That is excellent. I mean, I replaced
That is
Your bottle
only
of-
that's only if we can get Sammy on the show.
your
Chris,
bottle
work
of
on that.
Disaronno with basically a half-size bottle of your Disaronno. But, I mean, we still got some Disaronno.
Yeah.
So, Chris, have you found what you're looking
Hagar
for?
started making Cabo Wabo tequila during the late 90s with the help of family-owned distillery in Jalisco, Mexico. Around the same time, he proclaimed his love for the liquor with his 1999 single, Mas Tequila, during the first year of Cabo Wabo they sold 37,000 cases. By the time time of the sale of the business, it was moving 147,000 cases a year.
That's
That's
pretty good.
Pretty good.
yeah. I mean,
That's a good business to get in.
he
well-
won't go hungry.
Well, there a lot of people like to drink, so
Guillotine's Guitar Bourbon. That sounds good.
that does. That
sound
has a good ring to
It
it.
does have a good ring to it.
Either y'all know how to do distillery work? You know?
No, but with
Hey, I worked in a
Wait.
prison for a long
Hey,
time.
no-
I worked in a prison for a long time. I've seen
Oh, so you know the back door
I've
distillery
I've
stuff.
seen some
So
stuff.
listen, so with Chris's dreams of what he come up with and your credit cards, we can make that happen.
Well, no, we can't. My credit cards are maxed
Hold
out
on,
for the
Carol.
last
Carol,
time.
hold.
I don't.
No, he don't forget shit. Don't forget.
Oh,
You see
no,
that little
I know.
green book down there?
Yeah,
You see
I
all them
know.
expenses? No, we ain't. We like to prey on people that forgets what they buy.
Yeah, I'm the wrong one to do that on. I got all my expenses in that
Oh,
book.
absolutely.
He pulled out that shit, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Language, Chris. Language.
Here we go.
All right, so moving along, I'm going to move to mine next. I'm going to go next since I
Okay. All right. I
feel
thought.
like my idea was lost in the wind.
Okay. I thought we were going.
Yeah, we'll go that way though.
I
You
thought
go
we were
ahead.
going-
Yeah, we can go to opposite
I thought we were
clockwise of
going
Chris goes.
counterclockwise. as
Yeah,
Chris
let's
would
go.
say.
Let's go counter.
Counter.
You next, Scott. Let's go counter.
Nah, I'm kidding. Go ahead. Go.
Okay,
I
you
can-
sure?
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna say my second choice is gonna be the choice that I go with. My second choice would be Good Charlotte. You ever heard of Good Charlotte?
Good
Got the two
Charlotte. I
brothers.
have. Yeah.
You remember they had that clothing line called Made, and it ended
I
up.
don't remember having a clothing line. I remember Good Charlotte being in the movie. What was the one of those like slapstick comedy movies? They were actually in the movie doing. They were playing at the dance. At the end, it was
Cherry Pie. I mean, not cherry.
No.
American Pie. American Pie, not Cherry Pie. That would
no, it was
be a warrant.
God, what was it? Anyway, go ahead. I don't-
So Good Charlotte, the two brothers started a clothing line, and if I'm not mistaken, it was called Made. But then they changed the name to something else. But they sold different things like hats and different things. But like celebrities, of course, would buy their clothes, and I think they was fairly successful at it. I mean, Chris Mike can look that up with his handy phone holder there with his Google.
You get your own phone holder.
Well, I understand, but I,
Yeah,
but
you know, when we started the show, Chris was like, to be more professional, we all need to have this phone holder like I got, which he got from you 10 minutes earlier. He said there's about. I think to be more professional, we all need these phone holders like I got.
But-
I mean, it just looks better.
But he was smart enough to
You
think
got-
about it. He
I was
was
like, you just got it from Carol like 5 minutes ago.
he was smart enough to think about it and got one, asked did we have anything
I
like that?
know, but it does look good though.
And we do aim to please. We do aim to
Yep.
please. Very professional, Chris. I got to
Very-
give you
yeah,
A
very-
plus on
No
that.
secrets in here.
Very
No
professional.
secrets.
No secret. But Good Charlotte is my choice. And they had a clothing line called Made, but it got changed to something, and I can't remember what it got. I don't even know why they changed the name of it, but they changed it. But I just remember like celebrities, and Chris would get their clothing line, you know, and would get different things. Hats
Chris,
and-
did you get into that clothing line?
Nope.
Are you sure? Because
What are we talking about
I've
here?
seen pictures with you with these big old shades on before. Did you not get that from Made?
From my Viper shades?
Well, Made clothing line. I mean,
I don't even think
That's
Chris
Kenny
kno-
Powers' line.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't even think Chris knows what you were talking about.
I don't think you pay me any attention.
I was reading their
I'm
emails.
kind of hurt almost by it. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, so
right.
so that's my choice, and people can check me out. And if I'm wrong about something, you can send me an email to guillotines.guitars@gmail.com.
And that's what we want. You know, we want people to get involved. You know, if we wrong about something, let us know. If we're right about something you agree with, let us know. If you think we suck, let us know. If you think we great, let us know. I mean, it
I
don't
would like
matter.
to
It-
know individually which ones suck, by the
And
way.
and even if you think we should do one episode where Chris is not allowed to have alcohol, let us know.
Wait a damn minute. Oh, buddy. Oh, you're going a little bit too far there, Carol.
I'm okay with that. Are you okay with that?
I'm okay
Scott?
with that,
Okay, so send us an email if you think Chris should go one show without alcohol.
Yep.
Here we go.
Or all the shows without alcohol.
Well,
I'll quit.
yeah, we don't want him to quit.
I'll retire right now. All right, Scott, what you got?
All right, my turn. Okay, guitar topic.
And we're going to commercial. I'm just kidding.
No commercial. No commercial.
I chose Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden,
From
the singer for Iron Maiden.
That's how
Do you know what?
young I am.
You've heard of Iron Maiden, haven't you, Chris?
I have. I ain't never heard the Dick guy.
Bruce Dickinson.
Dickinson, yeah.
Yeah, well, he's a singer for Iron Maiden. But
Run to the hills. Run
Yeah.
to the hills.
do you know what Bruce Dickinson
Singing the
is?
AC/DC voice. No.
No, but you know what Bruce Dickinson also is? He is a pilot.
Kid,
He flies the band on a big jumbo 747 Boeing jet. They have their own jet. He is the pilot for them.
that is awesome.
Now,
Yeah.
if Guillotines and Guitars got a jet, would you be good with Chris being our pilot?
Hell no.
No damn.
I was
They
just
faked
checking.
around here.
I don't even know if Chris has a driver's license.
Even if I went to school,
I know he
for it,
couldn't get a pilot's license.
I'll go back to school.
No,
Back
no,
to
but
s-
I want
to
to
prove to
I
Scott
want to
that
show
I'm
you
not a
here.
fool.
I got a picture. I want to show you the Iron Maiden jet, and they call it
Eddie.
Ed Force One.
Ed,
Force
yeah,
One,
like Eddie, the character.
Eddie, yeah, their mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's a picture of their jet sitting on a runway in
So it's
Zurich.
kind of like Air Force One, but Ed Force
They do
One.
Ed Force
Yeah.
One. But here's a picture of their jet sitting on a runway in Zurich, right beside
Zurich.
the German Chancellor Angela Merkel, her jet, to show you how big this jet is. I mean, it's massive. Of course, our people listening aren't gonna be able to see, but
But definitely look it up.
look at that. You
Yeah.
see how they got Eddie on the tail?
Their jet is like 4 times the size.
You see how Eddie is on the tail of
Oh
it?
yeah, no, that's cool.
And it's got Iron Maiden written on. That thing is badass. Look at
Yeah,
it.
that's
And the jet in front of it is Angela Merkel's jet.
that.
So that
is-
shows you. I mean, it's a 747. It's a huge thing.
God
Yeah.
almighty.
And so
Bruce Dickinson flies that for the band.
internationally.
on the tail.
So he flies internationally wherever.
Oh
they
yeah,
go.
yeah. He's an accomplished pilot. I mean,
Yeah.
and also when we were talking about these topics, I started digging a little further into it. He actually not only is a pilot, he chairs the board for Cardiff, which is a company overseas that they have a huge warehouse where all they do is work on planes. You know, it's like one of the biggest ones over there. And so, I mean, he's actually a mechanic too. So, I mean,
He does it all.
he can do it all.
He'll
I mean,
work
it's
on your plane, fly you somewhere, and sing you a number one hit all at the same time.
damn straight. I mean, I was like, to me, I was like,
I mean, that's impressive.
insane. That
It is insane, and it's impressive.
It is. I mean, it was crazy though. When I started, researching him some and looking into it. I mean, I knew it was a pilot. I knew he flew the band, but when we had this as a topic, I was like, well, go online and look and see. And so I started going online and saw where he chaired this company too. And I was like,
He chairs a company.
yeah, he's the chair of a company called Cardiff, which is one of the largest, like, I want to say it's like an airplane hangar over there in Europe or
That
somewhere
actually
over
makes
there.
you wonder what Iron Maiden is worth. Apparently a lot, but
you see the plane they fly
yeah,
in.
that's
so
what I'm saying. I mean, I think Chris.
I imagine that thing's probably not cheap.
It's not
to
not even to
maintain
maintain
or-
or fly or to fuel up. I mean, I'd like Chris to buy us a plane, but I don't want him working on it, nor do I want him in the driver's seat.
Oh, I know.
I mean, nothing
wouldn't
against you, Chris, but I'll ride with you on four wheels anywhere we go.
I'm gonna go get my pilot's license just to damn disprove y'all.
Yeah. well,
Y'all
do that.
know Shane Paulson. Y'all know Shane, don't you?
Shane, I know that name.
Y'all know Shane Paulson. He used to run lights for Split Rail.
Oh yeah.
You know he's a pilot.
I
Oh,
did
is-
not know.
Yes,
he was
sir.
a pilot.
He ain't certified yet, but he flies on his own. He's doing his own
Well,
hours.
you
Down
know,
there at Hartsville Airport.
Do you know who has flown a plane who does not have a license?
Who?
One Scott Barfield.
You flew.
Whatever.
Oh,
I
Gil's
did.
brother.
My uncle,
Your own.
my uncle Bobby owns a plane where him and three other people
On a plane.
on
to
the
go.
plane. They went in thirds and bought a plane, and I went up in the plane with him because he flew at the Hartsville, to the Hartsville airport. And I was like, I want to go up in the plane, He's like, oh, yeah, come on, I went up in the plane, was sitting right beside him. We got up in the air. He was like, you want to fly the plane? I was like, I don't know how to fly a plane. He was like, he said, use your the foot controls to guide
Yeah.
it. And, he said, it's really nothing more
got
than that.
foot
and
controls in a
and I
plane?
was like,
Oh yeah.
yeah. And I was, and smaller planes.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
Well, I thought you just
And-
had a yoke for that.
when.
Well, it
I mean, you
depends on
gotta-
what type of aircraft you're in. But so I was up there, and he was like, he took his hands off the wheel. He was like, "Go ahead and fly," And I was like, and I mean, I would turn it and do things. I was like, "This is pretty cool,"
You
He was
doing
like,
it.
"You want to land it?" And I was like, "No, I don't want to do that." I was like,
should have
I'm
said-
not ready for that."
Do you want to fly it again? If you want to
Yeah.
fly it again, I better not land it.
But yeah, so I have actually flown a plane, but
I mean, no. That's something I
Yeah.
didn't know. Well, did you not go up in a plane when the trailer got stolen the first time? When
I did.
Gil
I-
took you up?
yeah, my boss Gil, who I worked for at Rogers Brothers, his brother owned a plane, which actually, his brother ended up, dying in that same plane. God rest his soul. But yeah, he took me up in that plane. We went looking for the trailer, but
Man.
we never found it. or
Now, when
anything.
you got up there, I know when you was like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting to see some stuff." Was it what you thought was, or like when you looked down, like, I ain't gonna see shit from here? Was it kind of like that?
No, because you got to think we're not flying in like a big jumbo jet or anything. We're in a small plane that holds 3-4 people. So we fly low. You know, you're not
The
that high
altitude
up, yeah.
is not as
you're,
high.
You're not up high where you can't see anything on the ground. We fly low enough. Like when we flew, like I was like where I thought the trailer might be when it was stolen. You know, I was like, let's go to Lee County, and so we flew from Hartsville. So when going to Lee County, we actually found the road 52, and we just
Followed
like
it.
flew over 52 to get there, and then we branched off and went around and all. But
That's,
You didn't see the lizard man nowhere in Lee County, did you?
I
but
did not.
what I'm saying is, like, would you had actually, if the trailer was down there somewhere, you could see it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I could have because we were flying low enough to where.
That's what. Okay.
Yeah, we wasn't. I mean, it's not like on a commercial airline where you're up where you can't see. Everything looks like, you know.
A thumbnail.
Yeah,
Yeah, when you see
we're flying low enough to where it's like from the ground. If you see us flying overhead, you can see it's a small plane. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not that high up. the
several hundred
altitude-wise.
feet, you
Yeah.
know, whatever, maybe 1,000.
Yeah, 1,000 feet,
Yeah,
maybe.
1,500.
That's interesting. So you flew a dang plane.
I did.
Yeah, he's a man of many trades.
Never knew that, did you?
I didn't know that. I've been bragging about it. I'm a pilot.
Well, I'm not a pilot, but I mean, I did fly a plane.
You take me in a plane one time and let me take controls, I'm a pilot.
Oh, well, I know. You wouldn't hear any of that. Chris would be
You
a
better
pilot.
start singing that song, Jesus, Take the Wheel.
Oh man, that's good stuff. That was a good topic right there. That
That
was
was.
interesting stuff. We
Very
flew
good
through that.
topic.
We need to slow down a little bit.
It was a good topic, but, you know, sometimes you have good topics, and sometimes you have topics that make you cringe. And you just have to
yes.
you just have to roll with it, do the best you can do with the topics you got.
I see what he's
And
doing.
stay
There.
steady.
He thinks he's being smooth. I
He-
sniffed it out.
He's pivoting.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, you pivot.
Have you ever flown before, Chris?
Never in my life.
And when
You've
I say
never been on a plane?
when I
never
say
been on-
flown, I meant being on a plane.
Never,
not,
never been on a plane.
Well,
And
I think Scott might take you for a flight one day.
I'm horrified.
Why?
I want to go, but I don't want to go. If that makes sense.
It does. I know what you say.
Oh, yeah. But being on a plane, it's like you get in and you take off, and it's nothing more than like getting in a car.
I'm a very.
The only thing is you're under control of somebody who you don't know who it is. You have no control over what happens.
No, you just
So it's kind of like that. It's just like, I'm going to get up here. I'm trusting somebody. I don't even know who's flying the plane.
absolutely.
I have no idea if they're a qualified pilot or not, but hey, I'm along for the ride. And if we up there have trouble, it's not like you can pull over and get out.
That's my thing.
Well-
One little thing goes. A little thing up there is very big. Very big.
Well, and actually, I heard because when I went up with my Uncle Bobby in his plane when he let me fly, I asked him about that. I was like, you can have engine problems. I was like, what do you do if that happens? And he actually told me, and hope I'm not screwing this up, and I'm sure if anybody who's a pilot listening will probably
They will let you know.
They will correct me. But he said basically, if you up in the air and you lose all power in the plane, it'll glide.
I've seen that.
It'll glide down to the ground. Now, when you get to the ground is when you have to be able to
Hope you're in a good spot.
and correct the plane in order to make a crash landing. But that a plane just won't fall out of the sky.
Even
like
the
that.
big jets,
it'll glide
they'll
down.
glide. 'Cause
It'll
I-
glide down.
I watch.
And like my uncle told me, he said most accidents happen when you have like the ground force winds and all these different things
Oh, I know
occur when you're getting close to the ground.
I forgot what
if
that
you
thing's
got
called.
a strong wind coming down, it might push the plane down or something.
It's called something,
So
but I
it don't
forgot what
drop
it's called.
like a helicopter.
Yeah, it won't. If a plane's up there and loses both of its engines, it's not just going to
Microburst.
drop down.
That's what I was looking for.
It will
Microburst.
glide, and it will, it'll slowly descend down, but then you have to find a place to land.
Look for a good
What if your
place to-
wing falls off? Then you're just screwed.
Yeah, you
Well-
just one winging it then.
Yeah, well, I don't know what would happen then, but it
Yeah.
probably
Just
wouldn't be good.
too many. If I get on a plane, it's because I have to.
Anytime my brother and I have had to work overseas and get on a plane
And that's a long. There,
I've been
I'll
on
be
a-
sweating like hell
When
across
I-
that damn ocean the whole time till I
Hey,
see
when
land.
you flying across the ocean and you don't have a lot of cloud coverage you can actually see, like I always try to get a window seat. Not as much no more because your neck will get to hurting, but you be looking out the window when all you can see as far as you can see is ocean water.
You
just
would
like-
never nervous.
You just like, well, and my mom was like, God, please, y'all be careful. Well, we like, okay, we'll tell the pilot to please be careful because we just along for the ride. Hey, and she'll watch the news too, buddy. That way, if there's any kind of crash or anything, she knows what flight number we on, our connecting flights, what flight number we on, what time we supposed to
Mama,
land.
be worried.
Please call me when you get there. I'm like, I don't know if my phone will work.
What's the longest flight you've ever been on?
I've flown at least 10 or 12 hours. I've flown from Charlotte to Germany, and I've flown to France, and I've flown to Sweden. I've flown quite a few places, but it's and coming back one time, I came from Sweden and flew back into Charlotte, and when the plane was descending and coming down, all of a sudden he accelerated, and
I'd have died right there.
I
I'd
could
have
no,
shit
because
all
he
over
was
myself.
climbing back up, and I could tell and I was like, what is he doing? And man, it seemed like, and it makes you wonder how much fuel those planes have in it. But we circled like Charlotte Airport, just circling around for probably almost 2 hours, and finally I was like, these motherfuckers don't hurry up and land this plane so I can get the fuck off this son of a bitch,
What did they
I
didn't say
hate
nothing?
I hate to
they
be
never said anything.
I hate to
but-
be a stickler about this, but Carol, language.
Oh, sorry, buddy. Sorry. But anyway, I was like, what the fuck is,
Like when he
what-
when he did
I mean,
what
you could tell
said,
he was accelerating,
I'm gonna tell you right, the air marshal had to tranquilize because I'm like, we're gonna die.
Yeah, no, they got one sitting on there waiting for you.
Speaking of this reminds me of a fun little guitar fact.
Oh.
And it involves rock stars and airplanes.
Okay.
It's back in 2006, the VH1 had a show called VH1 Honors, which is basically almost like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's their version of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they were inducting Kiss into it, and they wanted to put a super group together to perform a Kiss song before Kiss actually came on and performed on the show. And so they got Scott Ian from Anthrax, the guitarist for Anthrax, actually tells this story in an interview that I saw, and I thought it was just cool as hell just because of the way he tells it. But so VH1 wanted to have a super group perform a Kiss song before Kiss actually played at the VH1 Honors inducting Kiss.
Yeah.
And it was Scott Ian, of course, who's a guitarist for Anthrax, but he was playing the bass, which he actually played Gene Simmons' Axe bass, which I have, and I play when we do Detroit Rock City.
Yep.
You play the
cool.
same bass.
Yes. He
Well,
does.
I mean,
Wow,
not
yeah.
it's a
Wuhan,
replica.
Wuhan
Right,
made
right.
it, but he plays the same. way.
Wuhan.
Yeah, it's an old cheap version I got, but I mean, it's
But it's still, it's
yeah. So it was Scott Ian played the bass on in the super group. You had Slash playing guitar, and you had Gilby Clarke, who also was in Guns N' Roses in the early 90s through the mid 90s. And you had Tommy Lee from Motley Crue playing drums. And also Ace Frehley, who, was one of the original members of Kiss, playing guitar also.
Oh,
and then
wow.
you had Rob Zombie singing. So you actually had a super group. But
if you got Slash in a band, this is a super group.
yeah, but Scott Ian told his story. He said so the show was recorded in Las Vegas. So VH1 had got all these members private jet to fly to Las Vegas from L.A., because all of them were in L.A. And so when they got up, they were in a private jet flying, and Scott Ian is telling the story, and he's like, he said, I've been on a private jet a couple times, in the business I'm in. Said, I've been on a private jet a few times. He said, Tommy Lee's probably been on a jet a lot more than I have, a private jet, just because of the difference in the success of the bands. But he said, once we got up in the air, he's like, Tommy Lee's like, hey, do y'all think we need to get the pilot to do some like tricks in the plane? And Scott Ian said he was like, the rest of everybody who was in the plane was like, I guess so if you want to. And he said Tommy Lee goes trotting up to the cockpit door, banging on the door. The pilot opens the door, and Tommy's like, hey, do you think we can do like that weightless trick in this plane, And the pilot was like, yeah, we can do that. He's like, I got to call in the air traffic control and let them know we're deviating from our plan, because basically we're going to go over the desert and do some fucked up shit, So I mean, because got to let
some illegal shit.
They got to let air traffic control know that they're not going to be on the same flight plan, because they track the plane.
And if you lose us, we'll be over this desert somewhere.
But so he says, so we head out over the desert, and he said basically to do some fucked up shit, And he says, so I'm sitting there wondering what the hell we can do, and basically what the weightless trick is the plane does like a
climb.
It does a parabolic arch.
Oh.
Yeah. Like that.
Did you
parabolic.
Did you lose concentration?
No, I was looking at you because you didn't know what was going on.
No, I'm excited. I'm very interested in what's going on.
So they did a parabolic arch, which is it's just basically a climb and descent, and where it makes you feel weightless when you get to
the point of.
And Scott Ian said that he said, so I'm sitting there. He's like, I didn't know what to expect. He said, I loosened my seatbelt up a lot. He said, I kept it on, but I loosened up a lot so I could feel the weightlessness, He said, so as we're climbing, he said it felt like we were climbing like a 90 degrees. He said it felt like we were going straight up. And he said, and then when we got to the actual part where the plane starts coming back down, he said, I come up out my seat and it felt like I was weightless. I was floating. He said, but I look over, he said, and Tommy Lee is standing in the aisle. He ain't in a seat, ain't in a seat belt or nothing. And said he's got a vodka and cranberry drink. And said he's floating in the aisle. And he said, this summit don't spill a damn drop. And he said, I'll go on record. That's the most rock star shit I've ever seen in my life. He said he was just like floating in midair, and said, had his drink, and said, he didn't fucking spill a drop,
I'd have been the most
he was gonna
uncoolest
drink
son of a
that
bitch
thing.
on that plane.
No, Chris wasn't
You'd
going
have
to
been
drop
I'd have
either.
been back there screaming for dear life.
But I mean,
Where's
is
the black box? I'm a whole on with that motherfucker.
is that not a trip? No, I was like, that's,
That's pretty rock star.
I mean, it'd be kind of scary to know that you're going to do that. Not really, but kind of.
oh, well, it would be.
One mistake and it's over.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like that
you
pilot
just
don't know
become
what
a
he's
rock
doing
star legend then because
Tommy wanted to do air tricks.
Yeah.
That sounds about legit, but Tommy's saying some shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know. When I was when I listened to the article, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, yeah, that seems like Tommy Lee all the way.
Oh yeah.
Going there banging on the damn cockpit door. Hey,
Yeah. violating.
Hey, we want to do some tricks.
Can't you imagine what
You
those
want
two
to do
professional
what?
pilots like think? What the hell is this?
Who the fuck is
Well,
this?
obviously they've done it before because they were like, "Yeah, let's call radio control and make sure we got to tell them we're going off course." So I mean, obviously they've done it before.
Oh, I guarantee you.
What if he got two renegade pilots like been wanting to do shit like that, for a long time? Like, hell yeah, man, hold on. And started doing barrel rolls.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be good for the barrel rolls, but
All right, we about to switch gears?
We are about to switch gears. Are we gonna
Yeah, well, don't you even ask.
I know.
Don't even ask. Grab that fireball. We're going to do a
you want the
fireball.
fireball?
Yeah, let's do the fireball. Grab that fireball over there. Woo! We're going to go ahead and switch gears. We're going to talk about our guillotine segment.
Guillotine segment.
It's guillotine. It's not guillotine. Like Ovaltine. It's guillotine.
I know guillotine.
You
said
guillotine.
You said guillotine.
You said guillotine. I said.
All right.
I did say guillotine, didn't I? You said guillotine.
you gonna say, look how much more heavier you are on mine.
Carol,
You're heavy on mine.
Did you
Mine
see
be
him?
getting heavy.
He took a double take. He backed up. He was like,
I was like, turn the water off, Scott. Turn the water off.
Hey, Scott's heavy-handed now. He get a couple of them handles in him.
Scott's heavy.
All right,
He don't
we're
get a
switching
couple
gears.
handles in.
We're going to do a guillotine segment now.
guillotine segment.
That's
Guillotine.
what are
So-
you saying? Guillotines.
He's saying
It's
guillotine.
guillotines and guitars.
Guillotines.
Guillotine. It's
So-
guillotine.
So the L is silent for yourself?
It depends on who
'Cause
says it.
Normal
Well, you
people,
can say guillotines. I hear people saying guillotines, but
I seen a show on
I
TV
say
the other day,
guillotines.
and there was some English
Guillotines
guys
and
on,
guitar.
on the show, and it's a show about royalty and about the people that take care of royalty, as far as like it shows both sides of the camera, as far as the kitchen side or the people that dress royalty or whatever. And they was talking about guillotines, the Englishmen, or from England.
I smell
or
the
whatever.
blood of an Englishman.
Yeah, but they, all three of them said guillotine. They was talking, and I was like,
With the L.
yeah, with the L, but and it's different, and I think both ways.
Don't
can,
look at me like that.
I think both ways can be correct, but we started this show as guillotines and guitars, so fucking get it right.
And I actually think you
For
can.
you people
can
that
say
graduated, it's
can say it.
guillotines.
You can say it either way. I think it can be guillotines or guillotines,
You
but
can, but this show is guillotines.
I think the proper way is guillotines.
I think Scott's way is guillotines is what he's saying. The proper way is. So let's go with guillotines.
How about this, Chris? I came up with the name, so we call it what I say.
I told you the Scott way is the proper way.
All right, here's the guillotines.
I'm joking.
Guillotines.
Guillotines or guillotines, however you want to say it. I think it works both ways.
Cheers, brothers.
That always hits harder than anything.
Woo, it does. I did those pretty high. Oh, I said Carol didn't even hardly do his.
I'm working on it.
We can't go no further.
Oh, yeah,
we
well,
can't
you-
go
I
no
mean,
further.
got to
Hey,
finish.
you can say,
We
hold on.
can't halfway christen the show.
No,
I know.
we christened the show to start with, and I done my shot to start
Well, not
with.
the guillotine segment.
Yeah.
Well, he's doing it in thirds. He's doing the shot in thirds.
Man,
We
you
need to
got-
get one of them damn
I'm not a
shot glass with
professional
I
lines
know.
on it.
we got two segments, Carol. So at least do it in two. We don't have thirds. We don't have a third topic. We got to talk
Hey,
about.
I do it where I'm comfortable.
That shit's funny. Oh my god.
I mean, you
Do
think
it in thirds.
you think about it. I didn't even drink before I started doing this show
Oh
with you
my
guys.
god. This is too funny.
I normally never do shots because then you end up acting and being hungover and acting like Chris does. Because Chris be getting wild and fuzzy and waking up. And
I don't
I know,
Sometimes
but
they-
that's what's fun.
sometimes he wakes up at other people's house. I mean, the man has pissed on somebody's Christmas tree before.
Whoa! Whoa!
That's why I don't do shots like that.
That might be too much information. We're not going to talk about that.
Where's the TMI button at? I need one of them buttons.
I don't think we got to get into that. Oh, no, we can.
Oh my God!
No, let's don't.
No.
Let's leave that alone.
All right,
Let
guillotines.
bygones be
What
bygones
is our-
and
what is
pissed
our-
on Christmas trees
what
be
is
pissed
the-
on Christmas trees.
What is the subject for horror other than the Christmas tree christening?
What? Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me?
What is our horror topics? Our
Horror.
topic.
Our horror topic is going to be what's seen in a horror movie, or actually, it don't have to be a horror movie. It can be a any type of movie that shocked you or made you cringe. You
Made
know.
the hair stand up on the back of
Yeah,
your neck.
just
Almost
something,
made you
something
sick.
that when you saw it, you were like, I can't believe I saw that, or it makes you. You know,
Yeah, it just makes you feel sickening or cringe or.
yeah. So that's what
So
we're
that,
doing.
yep, and that's a good topic. That's a good topic.
It is a good topic.
Because I made it up.
Oh, this was one of Chris's
That
topics.
is the topics that I make up. Is
And I
more
actually
awesomer
said,
than y'all's topics.
Actually said that was a good topic.
I think
It's a great
I
topic.
don't think he made this topic up.
On the
I
guillotines.
think
part
the
of it.
guillotine's topic
On the
was
guillotine's
somebody.
topic,
I
yeah,
think he
I
had
think
the
that
topic was
keep
successful.
making-
See, you just lost points for that because
So now he's going into the negative. Last
Yeah.
show, cut four
last
was
show
0 points.
he had 0 points.
Now he's going
Now
into
he's
the
going
negative.
to the negative. You got -10, Chris.
Y'all
Whatever the hell
are
that
crazy.
means, I don't know.
Y'all are
All right.
crazy.
Does anybody want to go first? Or are we going to go clockwise as
I went first last. I'm not.
Chris
Clockwise.
says? Let's go clockwise.
Well, we can.
I can go first, or
It doesn't matter to me.
it don't matter. Chris,
You go first. You go first.
me,
Yeah.
finally, because I don't think I've ever gone first.
Yes,
on the
you
show.
have. You have,
Have
on the second.
I don't think so.
When we was talking about the
I know,
cheese
I
balls
don't
that you,
think so.
you never eat one of. I'm a-
Don't you brought it up?
I
Now
know,
he
but
done lost damn
I'm
brain.
gonna go.
No,
I'm gonna go
no,
next
no.
week and find the most expensive
Expensive.
fucking cheese balls. That
No,
I can
hell,
buy.
you ain't. You
They'll
ain't
be
gonna bring them in here.
$26. I'll get Chris to bring them in. We'll be like,
Okay.
welcome to Cut 6. Scott is not here today because he couldn't stand the cheese balls. But me and Chris
Yeah.
is going to continue with the
I
show.
will leave. You will hear this. It'll be me walking out the door.
Y'all crazy.
All right, Scott, give us
All
something good. Start it off strong, Scott.
I actually have. I know we only supposed to do one. I have two.
Well, you want to go first and last in, or you going
No,
to do both on the show?
no, but I have two because both of these scenes were equally kind of. It was one of those when I saw it. It was
Hard to make the decision.
yeah.
on
It
what
made
was
me. It made me actually curl up when I was watching it. Like, oh my god, Number one was 19,
The cheese balls.
Number one was a little movie that come out in 1990.
Little shop of horrors.
No, called Misery.
Oh, Misery.
The hobbling scene.
Is that about the book or the book writer or whatever?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I thought about him about that movie.
Kathy
actually.
Bates played the character in it. Did you see this movie, Misery?
I
Never.
saw the movie.
Never even
You
heard
did.
of it.
Oh, you need to watch it. It's about this woman who is
Obsessed.
with this writer, and there's a book called Misery that he is. It's a
He's-
series book that he has written,
And he's
and
killing it off, ain't he?
yeah, he's killing off the main character Misery in the book. But after he finishes, the movie takes place. He's writing the last book where he kills off the main character in the book, and this woman knows exactly where he goes to write. To write the book. She's like his biggest fan, And he leaves that night after he has the book finished, before he gives it to his publisher or anything. And it's a bad snowstorm. He gets in a wreck. She's there because she's following him. So she finds where he wrecks at, and she pulls him out and takes him back to her house to recover. And, of course, because he had the final copy that he just wrote with him, she has that also. And so while he's recuperating in her house, she gives all these explanations about why she can't, the phone lines are down because of the bad storm, that she can't call. He's like, I need to get in touch with my publicist, I need to get in touch with such and such. He's like, well, we can't, phone lines are down and all this, which is all a big lie. She's got her favorite author there, but then she starts reading his script that he has for the book, and comes to find out that he kills Misery off, who's the main character in the story, and she flips out. But there's one scene when he's getting better,
And
he's laying in bed, and because he's still recovering from a car wreck, but she takes, it's called the hobbling scene, and it is, oh my God, she puts a 4x4 block in between
his knees or ankles
his
or whatever.
ankles. In between his ankles, she takes a sledgehammer, hits this ankle because he's got that block in between, so his ankle can't move anywhere. And I mean, when she hits it, you see his foot and ankle go poof, like that. And she does the other side too. I mean, the hobbling where he can't walk or anything, And I mean, when you see that on the actual film, it's like, I mean, I actually recoiled, I think, when I saw it. I was like, God damn! I was like, fuck, I mean, it's one of those type of
really
moments
cringy.
where you see
Rewind that motherfucker.
it. Yeah, and I was like, Jesus Christ! I was like, God, but yeah, that's one scene that has stuck with me, and I mean, I can picture it now.
Oh man.
And this movie come out in 1990, so we're looking at what, 33 years ago.
Oh yeah, and I can't believe you hadn't seen that, Chris. I mean, you were 6 years old in 1990.
Yeah,
young.
you haven't seen Misery.
No. I wanna
Everyone.
see it.
You need to watch it. That movie will freak you out. I mean, it's one of those
It's
number
n-
one fans.
Yeah.
Stalker.
It's
kind
not
of,
a super.
Yeah, it's not a horror movie.
I mean, it's
but
just
it's
yeah,
a
it's
thriller
just
type movie. But it's still. But that
It's
one.
got that element.
Yeah, but that one scene, it was
Nasty.
when
It
that
was
happened.
nasty.
I was like, I mean, it fucking freaked me out. I mean, it was like, oh my God, because I could feel it when she hit his damn ankle. When you see that foot just turn in like that, it's like,
I hate scenes like that.
yeah. But, I felt that. I felt that.
And not only did she do him like that once, she got the other ankle too.
Yeah. So he.
And she really could have done one that lasted the same amount of
Yeah,
time.
I know. But she got both of them. So, I mean, you imagine if that scene was real. He's sitting there like, oh, my, what the fuck am I going to do? And then she's like, I got to do the other one too. It's like, oh, fuck.
Hold still, baby.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I couldn't.
And it was all because you was killing the main character off in a.
In a book.
And that's what she was obsessed about.
That's what she was obsessed about. Yeah.
Wow.
It's all about a book that he wrote that she was obsessed about. But anyway, and I know we only supposed to do one, but I want to do this one too. just
Honorable
because.
mention. Honorable mention.
Honorable mention, just because. And this,
If it's mine, I'm gonna drop kick you through this damn
this
table.
actually has to do with ankles again. I mean, I don't know what it is about ankles with me,
Oh,
but
he's fixing to get mine. He's gonna get
I
mine.
got a feeling it's gonna be mine.
this was a movie that came out in 2005.
Oh, it's probably not mine.
It's still kind of mine.
Hostel.
No, it's not mine. But
Okay.
that's a good one. That's
Hostile-
some gruesome ass shit right
But
there.
the character Josh in that, his torture scene when he's in the room and the guy starts torturing him, and he's sitting there saying, you know, I mean, what do you do to somebody who's you're like, I will pay you whatever you want. Like, I paid to do this. You know, you like, there's nothing you can do. If somebody is paying to torture you, like, so you can't give them any amount of money in the world if you had it because they're like, I don't want the money.
I'm paying
to do this.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm spending money.
Yeah, but that scene with Josh, which he wasn't the main character, but he was the one who he was begging for his life, and the guy who was killing him was actually a doctor. I'm not sure. It might not have been, but he's got him strapped in the chair, and he's already been torturing him, you know, and the guy's crying to him, you know, please let me go. And he bends down, and you can't see what he's doing. All you hear is this, and you hear the guy scream, you know, in agony. And you like, the fuck did he just do to him, you know? And the guy stands back up. He was like, you can leave, you know. If you can walk out of here, you can leave. And you're like, what the hell did he do to him? You know, I mean, you could hear something. He did something.
He just cut
and then,
tendons.
and he takes the straps off his arms and tells him, go ahead and leave. You can leave, you know. If you can get out that door, you're free to go. And the guy tries to get up and walk, and then you see where he had sliced his Achilles
tendons.
Oh, my
in
God.
both of his legs. And I mean, when he goes to stand up, he just falls over that way. They just like crumple. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
oh God. I mean, it was just like, I was like, oh, fuck that.
Hostile had some of the gruesomest shit.
And
Oh, it did. Yeah.
Like, did you see the one where the guy was burning out the girl's eyeball with the?
That's
Oh,
on
my God.
the first one, I think. Yeah.
That's crazy. Ugh.
and anything I've ever seen where someone's tendons get cut or whatever, that
I do
creeps
too. I
me
mean,
out, man.
that stuff makes it. I mean, it really sends a chill down me when I see something like that. It was just like when he bent down and cut his tendons. You kind of had an idea what he did.
But you didn't know for
You
sure.
didn't know for sure, and then when the guy tries to stand up, and then you see the back of his ankle when he tries to walk, just flop
just
open
flop
like that.
over.
You like, and you because you think your tendon,
Oh yeah,
Yes.
it's everything.
yeah, and you think about it, it's just like, oh man, it's awful,
Oh man.
awful thought, you know. And I was so yeah, so that's my second. Which,
That was a good honorable mention. That should have been number one, actually. That damn.
well, yeah,
well,
you need to watch Misery, I
yeah.
think, and you'll see. You'll see number one to be like,
if it's worse than Hostel, then it's a
Man,
bad damn movie.
You'll see how painful a good piece of 4x4 can be.
All right, Carol, what's yours? I know you've been dying because Scott been he's been going
No.
one after another. You've been sweating over there.
I ain't been sweating or dying, but so A Nightmare on Elm Street. So
Elm,
that's right, Elm.
Elm,
ELM, Elm.
guillotines, Elm Street.
Guillotines.
guillotine.
So anyway, I think it was part 3 if I remember correctly. But it was where Freddy like turned the guy into the puppet or whatever, but he cut his
Oh
tendons
yeah,
and stuff
ripped
on.
his tendons out of
Yep.
his arms
Yeah, and his ankles and
his
everything.
ankle, yeah, and pulled him up.
And I remember the
crawled him
ankle.
as a puppet.
Yeah, and I remember the ankles part is what like made me cringe when I was watching that thing. And I remember something on is just an honorable mention on Pet Cemetery, where the old guy got his tendons cut.
Oh yeah, by the little boy,
and
the
it's
one who died.
it's just and it's just something about
Something about
the tendons. Yeah, when you
that's
get-
what it was with me.
Yep.
And it was ankles and everything. It was just like I don't know, something about that. I hope I never experienced anything like that.
I hope you don't neither, and I hope I never hear about you experiencing anything like that. But I definitely hope it's not me. Not
Yeah.
that I want it to be
Yeah,
you,
but I mean, even when you see it on a movie and you know it's not real, it's still when you see it, you
oh
like
man, this
because you can visualize that
What the
happening, and
pain
like,
would be.
yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you like, oh my
I mean,
God, that's got to be.
you are down and out. Somebody get a good cut on you right there. You are done, over, finished.
Because, I mean, you can grab you can grab your Achilles tendon right there, and you can squeeze it, and it hurts.
Yeah, I mean,
To
it's,
do that.
it's just seeing like the cut when they slice
Oh
through
yeah,
the
when they
back.
and
of
it
that thing.
flaps.
it just.
Oh yeah,
opens
when
up.
that flops open or whatever. I
Yeah.
mean, it is. It's all serious business right there. For me, it will make me sick. You know, I mean, it just.
No, it does the same thing to me too.
It
I mean,
is terrible.
it's just. Well, I mean, it's like these movies are. How old? I mean, 30.
Yeah, 30 plus.
30 plus year old.
Yeah.
And you know, they stay with you. You know.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah, and
mean, I can
certain
still
things you
visualize the
remember.
scenes now, as if it was the first time I was watching it. You know.
Yeah, and it's anytime I see like a tendon get cut or something, I don't never say, "Hey, rewind that. Let me watch that again." I don't want to watch it
You don't
again.
want to watch it.
Nope, I'm a once and done on that one, Christopher. So, that's my take of it. If you remember the part where he turns him into the puppet, but it was the tendons part
I
that got me.
remember that.
Yeah,
I
and
do.
so that's my take on it, my part, and that's what gets to me. So, and that's what makes me cringe. So moving along, Chris.
Chris,
I know
what do
you
you
got
have?
something good.
It is, man, and it's Saw. So, I don't know. I think it was the second Saw, where he puts this guy into a contraption. His head's in a separate swivel. His left arm's in a separate swivel.
Was this the little dog on the tricycle that did this, or
Gee, here we go with that shit again.
Did you see it on the
it's
TV?
Saw. Both of them, one is Saw. He saw the damn old dude Saw. They're both the same damn thing.
I know, but the one
Damn.
doing the killing is the old man, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's what I was asking. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
He was
I didn't
just
mean to interrupt.
clarifying.
I'm sorry. I know.
He was
Had
just
to fuck-
clarifying.
I knew that shit was coming though. I was
Oh, yeah.
ready for it. It was
For
the guy on
many
the bicycle.
for many different cuts is coming. Many different cuts and episodes.
But I don't know which episode it was, but I think it was number 2. The guy, like I said, his head was in a separate swivel. His arms was in a separate. His left arm was in a separate swivel. Right arm, so forth. Right leg, left leg, and the person down below him had to find a key or something. I don't know, but as soon as the timer started running out, his right leg started swiveling.
Put a
So
little
it
twist
turned it
on
all the
It was
way
like
around.
it was turning around.
Oh my! And you could hear the bones and the damn flesh ripping, and the right leg got swiveled on backwards, and he was screaming, and she was still trying to find the key or whatever. And then a short time later, his left leg, and I was like, "Yeah, God!" And you could just hear it, man. The bones just,
You was like, find the key, find the
exactly.
key.
And you knew what was going to be last. I said the damn head's going to be last, So the arms was probably worse than the head. That was gruesome. But when they did the head, son, I was like, oh God, that is go. You can just see the pain, and imagine getting your damn head twisted around slowly.
What?
I mean, that would be bad, but imagine getting your head twisted around slowly after both legs has been twisted
Yeah,
slowly.
both
and
legs and
arms.
both arms. What his arms done too?
You out of it,
Yeah.
by then. Yeah.
His
both
arms was like completely.
Yeah, I think they were on, and they started going around.
Yeah,
That.
yeah.
It
Well,
broke
that
off.
wasn't it though. His head did that. Then his whole, like his upper torso,
So-
his lower torso went.
He was done by then anyway. He didn't
Yeah.
know it.
Yeah.
But that was the cringing, gruesome.
Made you
scene.
lose
It-
sleep that night.
Man, I can't watch Saw. Man, I really can't. That dude,
They-
whoever created that show has got some damn ideas on how to
And
kill somebody.
Saw from the first one, the first movie Saw was actually, I thought, a good movie. It was the one where
Where he cuts his leg off.
yeah,
Oh!
to get out.
Oh,
But
God.
then I think Saw went from their second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, or however many they got now. It was like, let's see how gross we can get. It's
Oh,
what
yeah,
I think.
yeah.
Exactly.
The first one wasn't that gross. Because when he cuts his leg off, you don't see it.
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
it it shows him starting to cut it off.
And that was tough. But he got out
and
there.
you could see his reaction, but it doesn't actually. It wasn't gruesome like it shows.
The blade just
The blade going through
plowing
the flesh and the bone and all. It was you knew what he was doing, and
Yeah.
it was just his reaction and everything.
Oh, yeah.
So the first saw wasn't that gruesome. Then whatever happened, it was from the second one on. It was like we gotta make this thing as damn gross as we can
Nasty.
make it.
Yeah.
And because each one of them since then was like that. It was, I mean, it was horrible, you know. I mean, but if you like horror movies, you know, you like watching it, but
Oh, yeah.
still you cringe at some scenes, you know. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
my
They
God,
still
you know.
stuff that'll get you, especially movies
Yeah.
that catch you off guard, or there's a scene that catches you off guard. Now, that
Mhm.
should have scared the hell out of you.
Oh yeah. So, I think I have an honorable mention.
You think you got one?
Well,
But it's
only
not
suppo-
a-
it's only supposed to be one, Chris.
Well, it's
not.
It's not really.
It's not more than one. You're only supposed to have one, though.
What was that movie? It really ain't even a horror movie either. It's that guy that got stuck between a rock. It's called 126 minutes or something, or hours, or you know what I'm talking about?
Stuck between the what?
He's a rock climber and he gets stuck between a rock and a boulder, or a boulder and a.
You get stuck between a rock and a hard
It's
place.
called a 120 something minutes
That
or
must
something.
rock and a hard place, I think. The name of it.
I meant. Damn it! Hold on. Let me.
Google.
Google.
Anyway, and what happens?
The guy has to take a knife to save his own life and cut his arm. So
Cut it
And
off.
His
finally-
arm's stuck in the rock.
yeah, he finally realizes the only way he's gonna get out alive is to
Is
cut
to
his arm off.
Cut his arm off.
So he had a pocket knife. So he gets it out.
And he cuts through bone with a pocket knife.
Swear to God. He cuts. He cuts because it's so painful. He got to do it a little bit at a time. He finally. It
Yeah.
takes him a long time, but he gets.
Well,
through
I
the
know,
bone.
but I'm
Well,
saying, how does he get through the bone with a pocket knife?
I don't know. They're
Probably got
wrote in
one
the
of
scene like that. Scott, hell, I
Saw
don't
blades
know.
on it. It's probably got a saw
Shit.
Has he
blade.
got a saw
Well,
blade on the knife?
you know, he's a rock climber. He's probably got a one army knife.
So
you
he
know.
had to climb down after he done that also?
Yep. So he gets through the bone and he gets to the last part, which is his nerve, which is the most painful thing, you know. And he just touches it and it's like mind blowing. You can, I mean, he
That would be
screams
terrible.
like bloody murder, and he just don't think he can do it. And it takes him a little while after that, but finally he was like, "Raw!" You know, he gets through it and finally, you know, gets free.
So he
he
does,
hikes down and gets help.
he does
and
a Rocky yell.
Roar!
Yeah.
But
That will be a tough decision.
yeah, I forgot what it was called. 120 something minutes or hours. Hell, I don't know. It was. I'll look it up and I'll
I
text
mean,
you guys.
If we were climbing or we were doing something.
But that was cringe. Like that make you cringe. Swear to God, because it shows everything.
Oh, yeah. If we were doing something and we got in a position to where somebody's hand had to be cut off or part of their arm, like I could cut part of your arm off and I could do it. But for me to cut part of my own arm off, or for you to cut part of my arm off, I'd be like, no, just let me die. I don't want you. No, I don't want you cutting part of my arm off. Go away. I'm just going to die. But don't go rock climbing alone. That's the moral of that story.
Yeah, no rock
Yeah.
climbing. But yeah, you need to look that thing up, man. It's nasty, really nasty, nasty.
I will, but you really need to watch Misery.
That's a good show.
It is. It's a good movie.
It's a good wholesome
Kathy
movie.
Bates. You know Kathy Bates, don't you? That actress, Kathy Bates.
She's sister of Alice Bates.
I don't know.
I'm just messing. I don't know.
Hey,
Hey, the
No,
daughter,
but
the daughter of Mrs. Bates.
But Kathy Bates is she's a great actress.
she is.
She's in a lot
I
of
mean,
stuff.
that's
but
your
yeah,
opinion, but go ahead.
she plays. I mean, it's crazy the character she plays. But yeah,
She's done a lot of stuff. I mean,
you will like that movie. I can't believe you haven't watched that movie.
No,
Even-
I don't think nobody's ever heard of this movie.
lots of people
Yeah,
have
but
heard of that
you.
movie.
I think it.
I've watched it.
Well, that
Yeah.
says a lot. But go ahead, Scott.
It does. It does.
It was a popular movie back in 1990. I think it was one of the. I think in 1990 it was one of the best-selling movies that came out. As far as grossing movies.
It was top notch.
Yeah.
It was a top tier movie. You should really watch that thing.
I should have heard about it.
I know you should have.
Is it poor advertisement or?
No, I think it was.
No, I think it doing great at the time. I mean, I think it was well diverse, well written movie.
I think so.
Painful parts to watch, but it was
Yeah.
pretty good.
It's very suspenseful though.
No.
There's a lot of parts in it where you're watching, you're like, I've got like when she goes to the grocery store, and he climbs to his wheelchair to try and go around her house to see exactly what's going on, as if he can find a phone or something. And then like he's in another part of the room, he knocks one of her little figurines off the table. He puts it back up, but he puts it the wrong way. And then he sees out the window, she pulls back up. And he's in a wheelchair, so he has to try and wheel back to the room and get back into bed. And he can hear, like, when he's trying to get back into the room.
I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it.
You can hear the door. You can hear the door open, and he's trying to get out the wheelchair and climb back into the bed.
Ankle
And he
swinging.
gets back into bed, and he is pouring sweat because of, and she walks in, I mean, just has a looking at him like,
Fuck you, being motherfucker.
Yeah. Why are you so sweaty? He's like, and he plays it all brilliant. He's like,
You broke both my damn ankles.
no,
bitch.
he was like, you know damn well why I'm sweaty. You haven't given me my medicine. And then she runs, gets his medicine, and gives it to him, but
She figures it out.
yeah. That's when she goes and she sees the figurine turned the wrong
That's
way.
our next topic, by the way. The most suspenseful. That's gonna be
That
that.
would
well,
be
that's-
a good topic. Yeah.
That's gonna be our next topic right there. Because I got a lot in my You ever seen Orphan?
No, I didn't see that. I think Ryan saw that.
That you need to watch that. That thing's crazy. But I say Orphan because the cringe deal. Short story. This woman looks like a 13-year-old girl. Just the way she
Yeah,
was
I
born.
know the story about Orphan.
And if she dolled herself up, she just looks just like a 13-year-old little girl. And she had the hots for the dude that, adopted her. Short story. She's jealous of the wife, wants her to leave. She goes in the basement, puts her arm in a vise, and just keeps cranking it.
Puts the squeeze on it.
And you can see the bones just,
Fuck would you do that?
So, what she was trying to get she claimed she was like, the stepmother abused me. She broke my arm, and
Oh, she's trying to get that attention.
Yeah, she got it too. I'm telling you, that thing's crazy. You need to watch that.
Well, we definitely
But that
will.
bone, and that vice breaking, God Almighty!
Oh man,
stand it.
that would be. I mean, and for you to be able to do that to yourself and just keep putting the pressure on,
That's dedication.
that would be tough. I mean, that is dedication.
I couldn't do it.
You got to get with it to do that.
I could not do it. Ben Sparrow commenting on our
Really?
Facebook
Oh,
page.
Ben's a good one.
Let's see what he says here. Oh, Ben Sparrow. Is it Spyro?
Sparrow, Ben Sparrow,
Like the bird.
$1 million Ben Sparrow.
Let's see here what Ben says. He says, have to say the old man in Poltergeist 2 when he talks to Carol Ann at the door. That whole scene from when he wakes up singing. What the hell? Can he spell? I can't see.
Wakes up singing.
He says walks up singing.
Well, he might walk up singing. I don't know. I mean, I sing Poltergeist, but I can't remember exactly.
I don't remember much about Poltergeist.
No, I don't either. But
I remember the balls.
Yeah, Ben's pretty good. And
Well, thank you,
all
Ben, for
movies.
commenting. Thank you. I might have read that
Yeah,
wrong.
but and the balls, I think the first one was just the ball that had the spear, I think,
yeah,
that killed people. And then I think in the second and third one, they had the different balls that had different, like one had a little saw blade to come out and started
Oh,
turning.
That man's got a memory, don't he?
You know what?
They had.
You just
okay,
made me
I remember
remind
me and Ryan watching Poltergeist. Yeah, and the old man was creepy in that thing.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure he's not alive now, homie, because he was.
Oh yeah.
He had to
Especially.
be old back then.
Oh yeah. He might still be alive. You
He
never know.
might be, but
He might be a drinker like Chris is and still going strong and running hard.
yep. Might
But
be.
Ben, thank you for reaching out.
Yeah, thank you for that.
the
Thank you,
message.
thank you. We had had somebody email us, I think. Yeah, we got an email. We got 2 emails tonight.
All right, what we got?
All right, Tiffany says my most cringeful moment is when that's not really cringeful, but Tiffany, I'll give you the credit. She says when the first Ghost Scream movie when she stabs the blonde girl in the chest.
It could be a cringeful moment for some people.
Yeah.
Won't really be from
That's the opening scene.
Yeah.
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 And I think we actually talked about that. That was
we
where
did.
she sees her parents coming home and she's actually running to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're getting out the car and he stabs her in the chest from behind,
Yeah.
or he stabs her in the back and then she falls on the ground and he stabs her in the chest. But she's like feet away from her
From
parents.
her parents. And
Well, thank you, Tiffany. Next time, let us know where you're from so we can give you a
shout out.
detailed shout out. Thank you, Tiffany. Here's the second one from Chad. He said, mine is when my daughter's calling me, interrupting me in my emails. Chad writes, mine is Leatherface, the remake, when he chops the blonde-head kid's leg off running through the clotheslines.
I actually,
Oh yeah, that is.
I actually thought
That
about
is a
the
pretty
text transfer.
cringy.
When they get the old man, I actually thought about that. When they get the old
Well,
man and
actually,
get him down there.
the first cringeworthy thought I thought about, I didn't go with, was actually on the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it wasn't anything that was gruesome, because the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre wasn't gruesome, because it didn't really show a lot of gore or anything.
Yeah.
But I actually thought about going with that first scene where the guy walks into the house, the first guy, and you see that the steps going up, and you see a opening, and he walks in, he stumbles, and then you see the Leatherface come out, and he has not a hammer, but like a mallet.
Yeah.
You talking about when he
Yeah, and
cracks
he
open the
just-
door? He
when-
cracks something and watches the cartoons?
No, that's on the remake.
Are you talking about the remake?
I'm talking about the original, and he whacks him over the head. He drags him in that room and then slams that door, and it looks almost like a tin
Yeah.
covering on the door. But when he slams it, it has that, the effects in that movie. I think to me what makes it, because it's not like stuff that in most horror movies when they have effects that
Or
get
stated
real
all-
loud that are designed to scare you.
Yeah.
In the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I guess because it come out in the early 70s, 74 or something like that. So
It just makes you think.
it was, they didn't have the sound effects like that, so it was, it was just you watching something, and it was like, to me, that I almost picked that as my cringe work, just because it was nothing gory or anything that but it was just that whole seeing him. You see him for the first time, and he whacks him over the head with that hammer.
It's lights
Runs
out,
him in
it's
there, yeah.
over.
And then also, the very next scene where the girl comes in looking for, that's her boyfriend. He
Yeah.
just did that to, and he picks her up,
Puts her on the hook.
and you see the hook. You don't. It shows the hook, but it's nothing like I said. It's nothing
Right.
real gory, but it's
Yeah.
you see him drop her on that hook, and she's on that hook, and you like, oh fuck this,
yeah. Yeah, it makes you think about
I
it.
Yeah.
love Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies.
Oh, I do too.
I love them all.
It's
From the original ones all the way up to the remakes. I love them all.
I do too. I like the remakes and I like the originals. I mean, it's
Yeah, the originals are good, and the remakes. Sometimes the remakes are not better than the originals, or most times, but sometimes they are.
yeah. Well, and it's I think it's subjective. I mean, it's
It is.
personal opinion. So
That is
but
correct.
to me, all of the Texas Chainsaw Massacres, I like all of them.
I do,
I
too.
like the original. I love the original. I like the second one that had what was his name?
Arlie Army.
Not Arlie Arm. No, he was in the remakes.
Oh, you talking about the
The
original? You talking about
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2
You're talking about
had Hooper.
Hopper, Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper.
Yeah. Yeah, that one. Did you see that one?
Mm-hmm.
That whole opening,
He was the whole movie. He was looking
that
for
whole opening scene is cool too.
yeah,
where-
where the truck's going backwards.
Yeah, going backwards.
Man,
Oh, yeah,
that
with the-
thing.
across
Oh, he
the bridge.
jumps up. Oh yeah.
and
Man.
Bridge.
cuts his half the
I was
head
like-
off.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's some
I
good
remember
stuff,
watching that when
man.
I was 12 or however, because it come out in '86, I think, or something like that.
And then him
I
and
was young, but
Leatherface
sitting
battling.
there, obviously you thinking there's no way the truck
Could
could
keep
up with
the
a car, the truck going backwards. But when you watching the scene, you don't think about that.
No.
You just like,
That
this scene
motherfucker's
is-
got a chainsaw.
this scene is bad ass.
It was
I mean,
pretty
It's
cool.
scary as badass.
Oh, it was. It
yeah.
was. I mean, the saw he had was that
Big
saw
ass
yeah.
shit.
was. I mean, fucking long. It
Yeah.
was huge.
huge.
But I mean, he started cutting down through the car, and then when the one in the passenger side who had the gun shooting, I think I got him. He looks over and his
Buddy's
buddy
there.
driving.
Got no head.
Yeah, half his head
Yeah.
cut
Yeah.
off. It's like, I think me and Ryan watched that scene. I think we must have, when we bought the movie after
Watched
it
it
come
over
out,
and
we
over.
watched that thing up 1,000 times maybe.
It was a good scene. It was really. It'll stick with you.
Yeah, stick with you.
It will.
It'll cut you to the car.
It will. It cuts deep.
Cuts deep. Well, I think we're about out of time, fellas. This is a great show right here. Really good stuff. Information. Scott's a pilot. We didn't know,
Hey, we try and be entertaining, but also educational. So I mean, I try and teach as much as I.
Scott's an
Entertain.
author, by the way. Scott's an author.
He is author. A great
I
one
am.
too. Check out his
Children's
book.
book author.
Yep.
Yep.
Children's book.
What's your book called, Scott?
It is The Adventures of Skybug and Oreo. So, children's book I wrote for my daughter.
Kimberly has to read it to me every night before I go to bed.
I bet she does.
I can't sleep without it.
Well, if you get a chance, check out the book. It's a good book. If you got kids, definitely buy the book for your kids.
And remember, we got merchandise out. We got these coins, selling
We do.
$15 a piece. The
Awesome
hats
coins.
are $20.
Black nickel.
Black nickel, and they are a heavy. Look at Scott right there. Good show, Scott. Yes, turn it. Give me more. Give me angry.
See both
Oh, you done?
sides.
Give me angry coin, Scott. Give me angry coin.
And we like to thank our 2 emailers tonight. We had 2 emails, fellas.
And
Chad and Tiffany.
aren't
Chad
cheap
and
coins
Tiffany.
either.
Thank you.
They are,
They are
they got
very.
some weight on them.
They are noteworthy.
Let's say
They
we
are-
give Chad or Tiffany a coin. Send it to them. You want to do a little flip?
Let's send somebody a coin. Let's
do
flip
Chad or
to see
Tiffany.
who gets a
Let's
coin.
Chad or Tiffany.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guitar for Chad. Guillotines for Tiffany. Go ahead, Scott.
All right. So we're doing
Guitar for Chad.
guitar for Chad,
yeah,
or
guitar for Chad. Go ahead.
and Tiffany gets the
Guillotine.
guillotine.
Yeah.
Whichever one we got.
Yep.
Yep, they're gonna get a.
It was Chad. Looks like.
No, I don't think so. That is guillotine. That will be
Guillotines.
Tiffany.
So Tiffany.
Tiffany.
Tiffany, we are gonna send you a coin free.
Yep. I'll
Send
get
us-
I'll
yes.
get her information.
Yep.
I'll email her back here in a minute. And I'll
Yep, get her address.
And we appreciate y'all emailing us. Next time, if you ever email us, give us where you're from, and we'll give you a nice detailed shout out. Hey, like Tiffany from Tulsa, Oklahoma, or
Yep.
Tiffany from Alaska, Tiffany from
Yep,
California.
that's what we want to
You
see.
know,
We
do
wanna
you
see
get the
where
picture
people
here?
are from,
Yep,
listen.
breakfast at Tiffany's.
Great
or-
Christmas to Tiffany's.
Yep.
So congratulations and thank you again for listening, and everybody else. Email us on our we do every Monday night around 6 or 7:30 tonight. Carol.
Hoorah! Hoorah!
And every show is released on Friday. We're about 3 shows behind, so this show won't come on till
about 3 weeks.
3 weeks
Yep.
from now. So this show won't come on for 3 weeks. Just keep that in mind. But we need some more listeners. We need some more followers. And email us with topics. We would love to hear what you want to hear out of Guillotines and Guitars, whether it's horror or whether it's rock music or whatever.
Oh, yeah. So if you like the show, please subscribe, share with your friends. If you got advice for us, if there's
That's
something
right.
you don't agree
if
with,
you
share
hate the
that
show,
also.
Hell,
let us
text
know
us that too. I want you.
Yeah.
I want to know how much. I want
If
details.
you think we suck, let us know.
I want.
Yes.
I want to know details. How bad Scott sucks.
we like all answers. It don't matter if it's criticism or not. Send it to us.
Yep. And
Yep.
if you think Chris should go a show without drinking, please let us know. Please let
Why
us
y'all
know.
keep bringing that
Or
shit?
the
You
rest
know
of
they
the
gonna do
shows
it.
without drinking. I think that would be great.
Maybe not the
Yeah,
red. Well, it won't
yeah,
affect me or you any, so that'd be okay.
Me and Carol doing shots in front of them, I think that would be great.
It would
Watching
be.
them salivate.
Watching it make him cringe.
Salivate.
Make him cringe that
Don't
we
make
doing
me cringe.
shots.
All right, we appreciate our sponsors, and we will see y'all next Monday night. We are out.
Out.